I've come to realize that this is not a Israeli story in the Hebrew language, but it is a universal story, a crisis of civilizations, a time that comes very rarely, like an ice age, if where humanity has the ability to separate itself in so many ways from its biological failures and become empowered by technology. But that same technology can enslave the human race and can be used as machines and devices by companies, by banks, by governments, by armies, or by entities that have access to supercomputing, to artificial intelligence, to data crunches, and can know what we want and how to control us better than we know what we want ourselves and how to control ourselves. The only way forward is a constitution of the individual will that gives fundamental rights to the individual as opposed to a piece of machinery or a company or a state or an apparatus, a legal apparatus. The individual as the core of the human race, I believe, is going to be a issue going forward that will divide between the right and the left, between different intellectual and philosophic camps. And I stake my thinking and my faith, if you like, that the individual is the core and the bud that uh, that from it the authority for any group comes to act on its behalf and to empower the individual will with technology is, I believe, the critical decision that has to be made, that individuals have the right to use artificial intelligence to overview, to supervise, and to make sure that government is doing its bidding. But certainly not the other way, that government uses artificial intelligence and sophisticated machinery and tools to ensure that the citizen keeps the law and keeps its position in the paradigm. It should be the individual that empowers the paradigm and not the system that bullies or enforces the individual. And that issue is going to be central. And I am developing, which now appears to be a universal theology, a philosophy of how the individual must assert him and herself against the interests that may want to keep humanity as a flock. And so I invite people from all over the world to subscribe to my channel, where I'm going to flesh out these ideas, the crash and the clash of civilizations, how it comes to the fore in my world and in my experiences. but also to really try to understand how it comes to the fore in other people's circumstance. And it will be very different. The ideas will sound familiar, but it will transpire in different ways and circumstances to everybody. And so this is a think tank channel, and I look forward to reading your questions. And so please go ahead and ask, and I'll do the best I can to address them. And I'm taking your ideas and the inspiration that I'm getting from circumstances around the world to address the specific Israeli problem. And so we look forward to good communication.